tattooed, they were injected with ink, not with a tattoo gun. It was with a needle. So yeah, you just injected the ink in, took 3 quick seconds. That's about it. I can't talk about the process of it or anything. But yeah, it is permanent, and my only regret is not getting it done sooner.
Peace and love. So I know I've explained it like so many times about my eyeball tattooing process, so let me just go over it again real quick, y'all. It's not actually an eyeball tattoo, it's an eyeball injection. So they take a needle and they inject it a certain amount of times all around the eyeball, up and down, and then some parts have still white in them, which I think looks really cool. It's like kind of cloudy looking. These are my real eyes. I got 6 needles in each eye, I believe, and I want to do like pink in my white part. I think it'll look cool because I already have like blue in some parts, as you can see. But yeah, it did not hurt. There's no pain receptors inside of the eyeball, so no, it didn't hurt. The only part that hurts or it's uncomfortable is when the ink gets into the back of the head, because that's where all the nerves are and stuff. So it hurts when you get something in your eye, yes, but not when you stab an eyeball.
The thing that changed my life totally is my eyes tattooed. When I got that, I gained 1,000% confidence, because whatever is my business, whatever is happening in my life, it's my business. It's not my colleagues' business, it's not my client's business, or stranger's business. But my eyes, for whatever reason, were an open window to the public. You know, if I was sad, you could tell. If I was in a bad mood, if I was tired, you could tell. And I had tons of people telling me, and I hated it. You know, you go somewhere and maybe you're not in 100% mood, and people telling you, oh, you look horrible today, or like, oh, is everything okay? You look sad, or stuff like that. It was pissing me off so much, because they could tell something that I didn't want them to know. So when I actually got my eyes tattooed, that finally changed, because I could have cried 5 minutes ago and you cannot tell.
Story time de cómo me hice mi tatuaje ocular, o H-ball, como ustedes quieran llamarle. Bueno, primero que nada, esta era yo antes de tener mi tatuaje ocular. Y bueno, no les voy a decir que no, obviamente al no estar informada no me animaba, me daba miedo el tema de que puedes quedar ciega. Por eso siempre recomiendo que hay que ir con un profesional. Y acá en Uruguay recomiendo a Alexander Cabrera, lo buscan en Facebook, que para mí es uno de los mejores del mundo. Bueno, obviamente regresión al color de uno, todo lo que vos quieras, te lo puedes hacer el color que vos quieras, todo, pipi cucu. Bueno, resulta que yo tengo muchos amigos acá en Uruguay que tienen H-ball tattoo, pero no me animaba por el tema del dolor y esas cosas, ¿viste? Todos me decían que no, que me animara, que no dolía, que bla bla bla, que solamente era impresión, pero me lo tenía que sacar yo, la duda. Like para parte 2.
Tatuándole los ojos a mi novia.
Primero, porque así no puedo. Y abrir los ojitos. Ok. Vas a mirar a la punta de acá y yo voy a levantar aquí y te coloco la aguja ahí y te tatúo, ¿vale? Súper rápido. ¿Nerviosa?
Sí, bastante.
Tranquila, no pasa nada, súper rápido. Ok. Respira profundo. Eso ahí. Eso. Muy bien, te vas a sentar, no vas a abrir los ojos, lo vas a abrir cuando yo te diga, ¿ok? Ven, siéntate. Ok, ¿cómo te sientes?
Bien, me dio calor.
Ok. A la cuenta de 3 vamos a abrir los ojitos, ¿ok? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Qué hermosa, mi amor. Ahora sí se vino.
Today we are reacting to one of the craziest tattoo trend ever, eye tattoos. Yeah, people are actually tattooing the white of their eyes, and honestly, it looks both fascinating and terrifying at the same time. Some of the design look super unique, and especially the blacked out eyes and bright color injection. The pain level must be insane. Imagine a nail going near your eyeball. One mistake and it should seriously damage your vision permanently.
Vamos a tatuarle los ojitos a Sio.
La punta de tu nariz y yo levanto aquí tu ojo, aquí así, ¿vale? Bueno, vamos a empezar. injecting ink in your eyes, and there is a risk that you could go blind. It's a pretty high risk. Now, a lot of people they think that eyeball tattoo is literally done with the traditional tattoo machine, but no, that's not the case. The sclera tattoo, because that's how it's called, is done with actually a syringe with a tiny needle, and they inject the ink in your sclera, which is the white part of the eye. The ink itself is mixed with the antibiotics to avoid any sort of infection, and before that obviously they do all the cleaning eye drops, blah blah blah, so that the eye is ready for it. They just do few dots, maximum 2, no more than that, and then in a matter of like hours the ink is spread, and in 24 hours if there is still like few white parts they will actually retouch it, so it will just add a little bit more ink. And in my case actually this is the eye which I retouched it the day after, because it was like at the bottom it had a bit of white left. Where did I do it? So I went to Lisbon. I did it with Pinho, which is a body modification artist. He is into body modification for years. One of my biggest suggestions, especially for this kind of body modification, is do your research. Obviously, like I said before, it's a very risky one, so it's very important that you do your research. Like I've been searching for this for months, and it's something that I always wanted to do since I was a kid actually. I remember I was drawing perhaps like fashion draws, or just drawing in general, people without eyes or with black eyes, just because I don't know, aesthetically it's something that I found very attractive, because it's almost like you're staring in nothing, you know, in nothing yet everything. So it's something that you need to focus on. So it's something that I always liked it, and that's why at the end I pursued to do it. What else? Was it painful? No, it wasn't painful at all. It was very uncomfortable because obviously you do feel the needle getting in your eye, and you do feel actually the ink being injected. But other than that, it's not painful at all. The hours after I did it, actually, I could feel the wind. It was a bit like, oh, this is strong on my eyes, but obviously because they were very sensitive after the procedure. But other than that, it was totally fine. Like the day after, I was totally fine. I could see perfectly. I do see perfectly, so nothing is wrong, everything is fine. I just love them so much, so I'm gonna give actually a close up. This is how they look. So yeah, obviously another thing is like light sensitivity. Like I realized that with the white eye, like the sun doesn't reflect that much in your eye, but with the black one it really does. Like before I could stare perhaps for a few minutes in the sun, now is a big no. Now is a no. But other than that, socially that's interesting. A lot of people they stare, but I'm kinda used to it anyway. Some comment here and there, but not very harsh comment. At least here in London I didn't get any very harsh comment. I got a few people that they're not speaking to me anymore. They really didn't agree with this choice of mine. But I hope they were my people, so just let them go. That's about it. If you have any question, drop it in a comment, and I will be more than happy to answer to them.
I understand why some people do it. They want attention, self-expression, or a completely different appearance. But this is definitely not a normal tattoo you can easily encounter. This is high risk, and many professional tattoo artists even refuse to do it because of safety concerns. What really shocks me is how confident some people are during the process. I do probably panic immediately. Some transformation honestly look cool in a horror movie type of way, while others look scary enough to give people nightmares.
No
i doczekaliście się. Dzisiaj będzie o oczach. Po pierwsze, nie, to nie są soczewki. Po drugie, zabieg jest bardzo bolesny, ale da się go wykonać w znieczuleniu. Ja nie miałam takiego szczęścia. I po trzecie, wbrew plotkom i powszechnej opinii, nie psuje mi się wzrok, nie tracę wzroku. Mam oczy wytatuowane od roku 2019. Widzę świetnie, nic się nie dzieje.
Get your eyeballs tattooed. Why can't they check the eyeballs at the doctor? The eyeball doctor. I don't know what it's called, but anyways, the reason is because this is called a sclera tattoo, and it covers all the whites. So I had to go into the eyeball doctor to get everything checked before, and it's been about 3 years since I've had my eyeballs tattooed, and it is 100% perfect. I can still see perfect. It's always gonna be like that because I got it done for a pretty expensive amount and from the person that invented it 20 years ago. His name is Luna Cobra. Never messed up anyone's eyes. And yeah, pretty happy with the results. If you guys got any more questions, let me know. And I'm about to go live, so tap that red circle if you see it red. And if you're not following me yet, tap that red plus button, y'all. I absolutely love every single one of you guys. 60 seconds, almost there. 5.
Would you ever tattoo your eyes for money or fame? Or is this taking body modification way too far? Comment below because this trend is seriously wild.